Hello, intrepid heroes, and welcome to our last installment of the Egertown Public Library's Monster Mondays, a summer reading series where we take a look at classic monsters throughout history and the world of fantasy. We'll explore their origins as well as taking a look at their strengths and weaknesses so you can be prepared if you find yourself face to face with them as your foe. We've saved the best for last, my friends, or at least perhaps the most well known. Dragons are such a unique monster, as is the lore surrounding them, varied and deep depending on where you look. Perhaps the most exciting aspect is that cultures from around the world develop this lore simultaneously. The most obvious reason for that would be that dragons once roamed free across the globe, but were hunted to extinction during the lost age of magic and mayhem. A more scientific explanation seems to point to the bones of dinosaurs and whales as the inspiration for the dragon as we know it today. We're going to focus our discussion today on the dragon as seen in the popular tabletop role-playing game Dungeons and Dragons. The D&D dragon is so iconic that it's in the name of the game. These scaled beasts come in a variety of colors, sizes, and orders, but all of them, from the tiny fairy dragon to the serpentine Shenlong to the most massive queen of dragons herself, Tiamat, share a few common traits that mark them as dragonkin. All of these dragons have some form of breath weapon. These vary from the classic fire breath to an icy frost, perhaps a sickly miasma of negative energy, or a fine mist of euphoric gas. This breath weapon is often used to set the stage for an intense battle, as the dragons make their entrance known to all within their debilitating blast. Dragon scales, claws, and horns are another unifying feature that resourceful players will make the best use of. These features protect the dragons from harm and can be quite effective in melee combat, but should you be so lucky as to bring a dragon down, they can see great use in the creation of powerful magic armors and weapons. Magic is the final tie that binds the dragons of the multiverse. All dragons have magic inherent in their being. Some are natural shapeshifters, while others have spell-like abilities that flow from the power within their blood. Others still have followed the route of lesser beings and devote themselves to the study of magic. These dragons are to be feared and respected, for nothing is more dangerous than a rampaging dragon in melee, except of course for a rampaging dragon in melee who can also cast powerful spells. To defeat a dragon in combat is a task worthy of renown, fame, and fortune. It's important to be prepared to face off against whichever breed of dragon you plan on facing. Some dragons have massive wings that afford them the ability to fly and have increased mobility on the battlefield. When fighting them, it's important to use cover to your advantage or find some way of grounding the dragon or attacking them from afar. Some dragons can swim easily in water. If possible, it's best to try and drag these dragons away from their watery lairs where they have the advantage. That itself can be a mountain of effort, as it's not often a dragon freely leaves their lair if they know conflict is incoming. Some dragons can burrow underground and surprise from below. If possible, use height to your advantage, or find solid ground that's not so easily traversed. Mobility issues aside, it's vastly important to research the varying forms of elemental attacks and resistances you'll be dealing with during your fight. The right application of an elemental resistance spell on your party, paired with an active avoidance of the dragon's preferred element when attacking it, can turn an impossible battle into a glorious victory. If you find yourself in too deep with a dragon, here are a few tips to help you escape your eventual destruction. Dragons love gold and treasures. You may know this as it could be your reason for deciding to take on the dragon in the first place. Well, now that the assault's failed and you're looking for a way out, you may want to consider a bribe. Most dragons will trade your life for an item of great value or just a bunch of gold coins. Be wary striking this deal though, as some dragons will simply kill you and take your treasures if you reveal you possess them. If a bribe doesn't seem like a good idea, hiding and waiting may be your best option. Dragons will seldom leave their lair, but when they do, they're often gone on long hunting trips, sating their hunger to prepare them for long rests with their horde. If all else fails, you may wish to consider offering your services to the dragon in exchange for your life. Dragons live long lives and can often become bored with the day-to-day. Offering them a bit of entertainment may just be your ticket to a longer life. Just make sure to keep it interesting, or your servitude may be cut short in the worst possible way. You can investigate and fight these and more monsters in the great tabletop role-playing game Monster of the Week, which is available through your local Clams library. If you'd like to know more about dragons and their many iterations, check out the books and media listed below in the video description. Most are available through your local Clams library or one of our digital resource offerings. Thanks for joining us this week for our special summer reading series, Monster Mondays. Be sure to check out all of our other summer reading programs at edgartownlibrary.org under the Kids and Teens tab. You can also sign up for access to our digital D&D materials through D&D Beyond by contacting me through Instagram at EPL Dungeon Master or through Discord at Library Wins, that's Library Wins with a Z, hashtag 7610, or you can email me at clook@clamsnet.org. That's CLOOK at clamsnet.org. It's been a pleasure examining these monsters with you over the past few weeks. I hope you stay sharp, stay safe, and never stop going on adventures. Thanks, guys.